I gotta say something. I am extremely impressed by the Riot team. So in case you didn't know, Riot Games takes always 1 or 2 weeks of holidays during summer. It's called the summer break. And that was the last week. This is why we have a 3-week patch instead of a 2 weeks, like what we used to have. But they just came back from holidays this week, this Monday. And on the first day, when they came back, they already addressed major issues with TFT. I'm talking about the bugs and the bug abusers. In the first day, they came back from holidays. They are fixing the bugs. They are going to track the bug abusers and ban them. And I'm really grateful they are doing so. And also, they're going to put some light changes on some extremely powerful, let's say, legends and units. So in this video, we're going to talk about Orion Soul, how I've actually had success with Orion Soul before the C patch. So let's go into the main topic, the Orion Soul Legend strategy. So this is a guide I wrote on Tacter. Tacter is also the sponsor of my channel. You can get, with the link in the description, into this guide. You have also access to a lot of guides. Everything is free, don't worry. You have some other challengers who are making guides about the Talia Double Trouble, for instance. But here is the one I wanted to show you because I've been playing this this legend in the past 3 days, and I played only this one. I went into the open qualifier of Europe with this strategy. I managed to climb to 63rd out of 512 players, and it worked rather well. Except, of course, when I have twice in a row Glass Industries and everyone with Ezreal pick it, and they have infinite gold, they have infinite items, and obviously I cannot fight against that. But except this part, this legend is extremely powerful if you know how to play it. And I'm going to give you some examples. So let's talk about first the kind of comp you want to achieve when you play Asol. So obviously you have different ways to play Asol, and you have to adapt to the situation. This is very important. It's like every legend. You don't have one legend and one blueprint and just apply it every single game without thinking. It doesn't happen. This is TFT, but it's good to know exactly what is your end goal so you can try to achieve it. And if you can't, you know, it's exactly like what people say. You can put your goal very high, and if you miss it, it's fine. You're still on the moon. You're not on Earth. Right? So exactly the same here. Here is the final version Exodia comp. You will achieve it only a few times in your life, but this is what you will try to achieve every single game when you play Asol. And obviously you will have some backup plans in case you can't do this, and you will be able to still have your feet correctly on the ground and play your game and still have good games. So the final comp you really want to play right now in this meta is Belveth carry, Emeraldinger with triple augments. I don't know, not augments. I don't know how they're called, but whatever thing on the turrets, right? You can buy. And then after you want Nasus as your main tech. Nasus is insane. And then after you can also have Ari as your main carry or secondary carry. Basically, everything that's attack speed, give it to Belveth. Everything that's AD, giving to Aatrox. Everything that's AP, give it to Ari. But still try to have 2 of them having full items. Then after full items, I'm going very quick with that. You want RFC and Edge of Night on Belveth. And after, ideally you want another RFC, but I can understand that it's very, very difficult to get it. So I kind of want to say put whatever you find, honestly. RFC plus Edge of Night, if you have Belveth too, that's already full stuff for her. So put whatever you want. More attack speed is usually better, but anything else that just makes sense is good as well. So obviously this is a comp you can only achieve if you're level 9. This is a comp you can only achieve if you have tons of gold. It's usually easier if you play in portals with Catapulter, for instance, that gives you just more gold and more resources. But obviously this is achievable from any portal. It's just a matter on how you can play your game properly and how you actually have a bit of luck as well, so you can snowball and you don't need to roll down at level 7 to try to survive. If you are in this position where you have to roll down level 7 or level 8 to survive, you will never be able to achieve this comp. And it's fine. It's fine. You can still have a very good game. You can finish first without this comp. That's what I want to say. So now let's talk about the augments. Obviously, you will understand, and it just makes sense, if you have only silver augments, it will be extremely hard for you to push level 9 and kind of skip levels, because these don't give you enough XP to just skip level 6 or skip level 7 and so on. Instead, what you want to play, if you have this kind of augments, you can pick them. You can also decide to ignore them. You have the choice, honestly. You have many good other augments. But if you play with them, instead what you will try to do is to push level 7 before the others. Usually you can push level 7 with a lot of gold at around stage 3-5, while most people now, especially that Ezreal got nerfed, if they push level 7 at stage 3-5, they have almost nothing left to roll. You instead, you will use this opportunity to take all the focus units that you want to play. If you want to play Lux, you want to play Azir, Yasuo, Kai'Sa, or if you want to keep it open to whatever focus you find first, you can do this much before everyone else, and this is how you use this advantage of XP to be sure at, let's say, 90% that you will not be contested, and instead you will be the one contested harder. And that's the difference with Asol. You are not the victim, you are the predator of contesting people. I don't know if it does make sense, but for me it makes sense. Anyway, so if you have silver augments, try to have your game plan not around this, because most likely you will never achieve it. Instead, try to play around a typical focus comp you want to play at level 8. Azir Lux with Nasus, or Yasuo, Shen and Kai'Sa. You can also play Zeri if you want, but I'll be honest, if you do that, your only way to win is make Zeri 3. Then I will skip the gold augment because I will explain a bit later and it will just make sense to you. So the second is the prismatic augments. So here it's kind of the opposite of silver. These augments give you so much XP and gold that you can decide to skip the level 7, roll a little bit at level 8 just to make sure you stabilize enough and don't die, and then push level 9 and find your P-back comp I'm showing here. And that's basically how you want to play. However, there's a big however. You have to make sure like you're strong enough so you will not die before it happens, because that can happen since everyone has a prismatic and you just have something that gives you more XP. Then that just means that you're not stronger, but everyone else is much stronger thanks to their combat augment potentially. And this might make you just have like losses round after round. You lose 15 HP, 15 HP, 15 HP, 15 HP, and you're out before stage 4. So be careful of that because that can happen. And now I want to talk about the gold augments. So obviously gold augments are a little bit in between, and you have two types of scenarios. Either with patient study, you low roll, you have a bad start, you don't have 2-star units, your items are trash, you can't win a single fight because the matchmaking is not making you fight weak opponents. In that case, keep your loss streak in stage 2, make sure you accumulate as much gold as possible, skip the level 5, skip the level 6, push level 7 at 3-2. Normally you already lost a good amount of health. And then after you roll a 7, you stabilize, get back your icon, push level 8, and either try to finish with your level 8 board, or if you're really strong because you hit a lot, you can just go level 9 and do whatever you want to do and have fun. The other situation with gold augment is the opposite. If you already have good 2-star units, if you have good items, you feel like you will win fights easily, good. Play strong board, push your level aggressively. It will not cost you a lot because anyway with patient study you earn 4 XP per round if you win instead of 2. So you will be level 5, 6, 7 very easily. You will have tons of gold, a huge HP lead. You can skip level 7, go level 8, roll for your focus, or stabilize just a bit enough so you can push level 9 and play the P-back comp, or stay level 8 as long as you want to have a 3-star focus unit. So these are the two game plans you want to have with gold augment, and you have to figure out in your situation which one is the best for you and which one seems to be the one that fits what you have on your board. So about the pros and cons, I think I already talked about all the pros. It's like you have more XP, you can snatch away the focus units before others, you can literally skip the levels and play the P-back comp and have the ultimate comp that's unbeatable. I think these are already very good pros. The other thing I want to say is about the cons. I have to make sure that it can be dangerous to play Asol because sometimes you will skip some levels, you will lose 40 HP in just a few rounds. You will push level 8 and you will hit nothing. If that's the case, you're done. You're done. You have nothing else you can do because you have to remember that these augments are not combat augments. So even if you have exactly the same comp as someone else, you will be weaker just because you don't have augments that makes your board stronger compared to someone who has, I don't know, long distance spells, for instance, or things like this. So you have to remember that because of this, you have always to be in front of others in terms of momentum, XP, or 5 cost or 4 cost units. That being said, just a reminder that I have a free meta analysis that I share every single week to everyone who subscribes to this newsletter. You just have to put your email here and check your spam box. One thing I want to say about is also your income is relative to your rank. It means that the higher you are in TFT, the more successful you will be in life. You'll be surrounded with wonderful women or men, whatever you prefer. You will have tons of money and everyone will be happy. Even your grandma, who always said that you were a failure, will start to say the opposite. So make sure to subscribe to this newsletter because you will have everything going right in your life. See you in the next video.